Welcome to day 28 of the 2016 Horror-a-Thon, brought to you by Nightmare Effects. And today we have the worst movie that you'll see in this entire month, and the worst movie in the Halloween franchise by a mile. If you're asking me, that is. Halloween 2, Rob Zombie's Halloween 2. This movie is a shitstorm from the first scene. Actually, you know what? That's not true. The first scene... see, these movies are just opposite. Okay, Halloween, Rob Zombie's first Halloween is opposite. First Halloween starts off horrendous. This one is the only good part is the first. I mean, not even 20 minutes, like 15 minutes.
Yeah.
The hospital dream sequence we got, not bad. That was okay. It was kind of cool. Michael's scary. It still doesn't really make any sense, but Michael's scary. After that, fuck this movie. Okay. I'm gonna try to break this down as well as I can. First of all, Annie's still alive. Don't know how. Really just because they didn't want to kill off Danielle Harris, and she's the only, good person in this movie.
Mm-hmm.
Brad Dourif returns as a sheriff. We didn't really talk about him in the first review, but Brad Dourif's actually pretty solid.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Brad Dourif is like the definition of over-the-top acting, but it's great. It's what he does. Do you know what Brad Dourif is? He's Chucky, by the way. So, Laurie is kind of gone cuckoo. Can't deal with the fact shit that happened in the first one. Yeah, and now she's just a grade A bitch, and we hate her. That's all you need to know. The relationship between Annie and Laurie is just kind of gone. They kind of like hate each other. Annie has to deal with her every day. For some reason, Laurie just snaps all the time. Like the one that really catches me off guard all the time is one of the dinner scene.
Yeah.
And she just kind of like flips a switch and just goes nuts. I'm like, what? Why?
I mean, she's going to therapy.
She's going to therapy. She freaks out. Those scenes are stupid too.
Yeah, they really are. All because I don't even know what it was. If it was the whole thing with Michael or just her shooting him in the face really messed her up. I don't know. Mm-hmm. But it's not done well.
Right. And then we in her therapy, she complains about living with Annie and that, every day I see those scars and I know it's my fault. You did... What? No. Okay. Laurie had nothing to do with... She had never even saw Michael the entire night until after Annie was already got her ass whooped, okay? She actually technically saved Annie.
Yeah.
So why is it... You don't even know who this dude is. Why are you, actually... Why do you believe that's your fault? Why do you think that he was only going after you and just she happened to get in the way? That's stupid. That had nothing to do with the first one. She doesn't find out until, 2/3 of the way through this movie that she's Michael's sister?
Yeah.
In a book, on the lease? How the hell did you not know about it? He can use your picture and...
Yeah, in Malcolm McDowell's book as Dr. Loomis.
Yeah, you can't... He can just use her picture and not say anything to her about it.
Yeah.
Ever. That seems like a really shady thing to do. Malcolm McDowell, since we're saying it, I think he's awful in this this.
I agree.
Not necessarily Malcolm McDowell's fault. Okay, Malcolm McDowell's extremely talented. Okay, don't get me wrong. But this part they wrote for him in this movie is so bad that even he couldn't fix it.
This was written by Rob Zombie.
That's all you need to know. It's written by Rob Zombie. It's gonna be pretty damn bad. Okay, he's done. Like I said, Rob Zombie's done some good things in the past. Some stuff that I really like House of a Thousand Corpses is good. But when you take something as special as Halloween and you try to write your white trash elements into it, it sucks. And that white trash element does not go away in this movie.
No.
Okay? If anything, it's amplified some. We don't get the opening scene type thing, but it's there. It's very clear that it's there. Even we get the morgue workers, right? They're taking Michael's body away and they're talking about fucking a corpse. Linda's corpse. That's screwed up. And then we see Linda's dad later. I wish he would have known about that. That would have been funny. But that's the kind of stuff. Why is it in here? And then when they hit this cow, the van stops right in its place. I can't say I know what hitting a cow is like, but this seems a little, I don't know, insane, I guess.
Yeah.
But then we get 3 minutes of just him on this dude's face, mouth bleeding, just fuck, over and over again.
Oh, yeah.
So stupid. So dumb. And, Michael's fine.
Yeah, and then that guy's like, "Help me! Can you help me?" Like he,
Who are you calling to?
Yeah,
Michael, you calling to Michael?
yeah, like, and then he's surprised when he sees the dead guy standing in front of him. Like, who else did you think was here, man? Like,
It's so dumb. Then Michael, I think one of the cooler kills of the film. This one does okay on kills. Mm-hmm. We get the opening scene with the stabbing the nurse over and over again. We have this one with the decapitation, like just straight up slowly cutting his head off with glass. Stuff like killing the redneck dudes, just beating the piss out of the redneck guys.
yeah,
Stuff like that's okay. The deaths are okay. Michael is just brutal. But then we establish this idea of the white horse, and his mom is a ghost on a white horse.
because he had that dream when he was a kid, like the night before
we
he
get
murdered everybody.
That opening scene is literally in place just to throw this white horse idea in. I've watched the movie quite a few times now, and I have no idea what the hell they're trying to portray with that white horse.
I mean, I think the whole time you're supposed to be thinking, oh yeah, the mom's supposed to be an angel. Oh yep, I'll see her again, because we're gonna be in heaven. We're angels. But then there's just a twist where she's somehow demonic too, like she's evil as well, kind of thing.
It's kind of like that she's the voice in Michael's head that's telling him to kill.
Yeah.
Okay, I guess. I don't know why he snapped when she was alive, but okay. Then the idea that they're like telepathically connected, and that Lori somehow sees the mom, who she's never seen before. For some reason, she sees her as well.
And
little
young Michael.
Yeah. How the hell does that make any sense? I don't understand. Since they're connected by blood, they have. I don't understand. I really don't get where they're going with that. And then she finds out that she's Michael's sister, right? She starts off, freaking out. By the way, the amount of time she says the F word in this movie is ridiculous. One of the reasons we hate her. And she finds out that she's Michael's sister, and then she's upset for about 5 minutes, and she's like, "All right, let's go party."
Yeah.
Why? Do you think that's a natural response?
Flipping the switch.
Yeah.
I mean, she is a little crazy.
I don't know, I guess. But yeah, she goes, and she goes to this party, and obviously shit goes downhill really quickly. By the way, they know this dude's like head was cut off and stuff, and then Michael's body is gone. What the hell makes you think he's dead? Like, all right, Dr. Loomis gets asked, they never found his body. Do you think Michael could still be alive? And he freaks out like, Michael Myers is fucking dead. It's like, why are you freaking out? What says that he's dead? You found these two guys dead. One guy head slowly cut off, which you would definitely be able to tell in an autopsy, by the way. And Michael's body not found. You don't think he could have been involved at all? That he's possibly still alive? Nothing. And especially from this accident, what you think his body just launched into fucking space or something? What happened to it? It's so stupid. How can you not think he's still alive? How can Brad Dourif think that, like, I don't know. It's just because Brad Dourif was smart up until this point, and then it's just kind of like, Michael's dead. I don't know. It's just. And then when he finds out as well by reading the book that Lori is Michael's sister, and then something like flips a switch where he's like, okay, you need to go to my house to protect Annie because since they're siblings, Michael must still be alive or something.
And then he didn't tell anybody else. He's like, I want to tell her. Can you find her for me?
And then, like, she asks, like, well, what's wrong? And he's like, oh, no, nothing's wrong. Maybe if you would have gave her a sense of urgency, she would have,
went out and found her.
Yeah. All right, so Annie does die again in this. Again, by the way. She totally died in the first one, but she dies again in this. Kind of pretty poorly, actually. It's kind of like the worst death in the movie. It's very, it's like slow motion, and it's kind of dumb. But when, as she's dying, as Michael's, like, gone away, and everyone's crying about her, and then Brad Dourif finds her, goddamn. That is the best scene in the movie.
It really is.
When Brad Dourif finds her, I'm like, oh, goddamn, that's so sad. The extremely over-the-top Brad Dourif. And then, they play legitimate home footage from Danielle Harris when she was a kid with her dog. It's like, oh God,
Wow.
you done it.
You really hit me there.
And then right after that, we go back to the movie being terrible.
Yeah. Then the ending, Michael brings Lori to this shed where the mom and young Michael are.
Yeah.
To do, I don't even know what they were really doing.
Yeah, she's like,
I don't know if he was
she kept saying, all right, take us home, Michael.
like, was he going to kill her and then he would just dissolve into nothing? Because obviously he can't die. He's got this great beard.
Yeah,
like a Santa Claus
it's huge.
Gandalf beard.
Yeah, but yeah, that's another thing. Like Michael doesn't wear the suit, the whole jumpsuit thing. It's gone. He's wearing like some big camo jacket.
He's only got like half a mask too. It's like
I guess ripped off by
the accident stripper, or whatever. But yeah, and then at the end they come out and everybody goes down.
Yeah. She ends up being shot because she stands over Donald Pleasance and was about to stab, or not Donald. Oh, excuse me. I wish it was Donald Pleasance. Dr. Loomis, Malcolm McDowell. She stands over and is about to stab him, and then they shoot her, and that's it. And then when we get this long white hallway. By the way, the hallway changes about 3 times in that scene. Like it's clear that there's there's other hallways to the side. And then all of a sudden, they're not anymore in the next shot.
And then there's windows.
Yeah. And then we get this long, right when we're about to get to her, there's a hallway to her left clearly, but then the next shot, there's nothing there. Yeah.
And then it's just a slow smile with the white horse coming down the...
It makes 0 sense. But is that like her heaven? Because she's dead. Like, she's gone.
We don't know. Was the mom evil? I guess technically... But then why would they be wearing all white?
It's just, the family is all reunited.
It's poor writing.
It's exactly what it is. By the way, there's like one part that I remember like we stopped and we're like, wait a second. The dude that dies at the strip club, the guard that gets his face like stomped in, very obvious, comes back in the movie as the guy that's on stage with like the face paint.
Yeah.
I don't know what made them think that we weren't going to be able to tell that's the same guy.
It's his personality.
Yeah,
you can tell.
Dude, the way he talks, and then we get a whole scene in the strip club of him, his stupid ass laugh, and then that laugh comes back in the same scene. Then he's got the stupid looking like sideburn chops going on, very thick, very obviously his.
It is the same person.
It is absolutely the same person. We stopped like that's the same guy.
Checking on IMDb, yeah, it is
for sure. It's the same. So that was like awkwardly distracting to me. That actually happened. There's a few people in this movie that have 2 different roles. I guess, I don't know why. Save some money, I suppose. But yeah, this movie is just a complete shitstorm. It makes 0 sense. Michael's persona completely changes. Lori is the most annoying character ever. She is just awful. Just awful. Hate her. Honestly, it's even hard to like Annie. It's hard to like Danielle Harris because... There's nothing, nobody's likable, except for Brad Dourif.
Really? Yeah.
There's nobody else that's likable. I don't understand. How can you make a movie like that? How can you and it almost seems intentional, It's like we're supposed to hate everyone.
Yeah.
I'm pausing because I'm seriously trying to think, is there someone else I like in the movie? There's not. There's really, really not. Maybe the one deputy. That's like... It's an awful movie from beginning to end. Please avoid the remakes. Well, with that being said, let's go ahead and move on to our reviews for Rob Zombie's Halloween 2. But before we do, we're going to thank our sponsors, so make sure you stay tuned, and we'll be back in a minute.
Nightmare Effects is an independent mask company providing you with quality craftsmanship at gruesomely affordable prices. They offer both replica masks and busts of one of the most iconic killers in cinematic history, while also offering custom orders and repaints. Like their page on Facebook and get your own today.
We're going to go ahead and move on to reviews for Halloween 2. Rob Zombie's Halloween 2. Nick, out of 5 jack-o'-lanterns, give it to me straight. What is it?
I'm going to give Rob Zombie's Halloween 2 0 out of 5 jack-o'-lanterns. Enough said.
I'm gonna give it a 0 as well. It's so fucking bad. It's so bad. Like, you see, you okay? I'm gonna bring this up. We just talked about Seed of Chucky, and we're like, is it worse than Seed of Chucky? This movie tried, okay, and Seed of Chucky failed because it's just stupid. It's just stupid humor that like is not good. You know, like they went over the top too much, but they knew what they were doing. This movie tried to make something a crazy cool backstory and this really like empathetic spiritual type setting, and it's so bad. Everything about it is bad. There's not a single likable character except for Brad Dourif, and mainly because he's just Brad Dourif, and that's about it. Like, same with Annie. Like, yeah, you might like Annie a little bit because she's Danielle Harris. Other than that, like, if it was anyone else in that role, I would say terrible. Like, fuck Annie, you know? But since it's Danielle Harris, I'm like, you know, it's okay. It's seriously, to me, it is by far the worst in the franchise. I mean, I'm including Resurrection in that mix, you know? It's seriously just so bad. Don't watch it. If you haven't seen the remakes, don't watch them. Avoid them at all costs. Avoid the remakes, especially if you like the entity that Michael is in the originals.
It is a waste of time to watch these movies.
Yeah, like, it's just, you're not gonna gain anything from them.
If anything, you might be a little upset.
Yeah,
we are.
I know I am. That went on for like 20 minutes. Okay. That's gonna be it for us. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you drop a like and subscribe to our channel for more videos like this one. And of course, make sure you go check out Nightmare Effects. Nightmare Effects, all these masks here were made by Michael Hopkins over at Nightmare Effects. Full mask like these ones here are only $150, while hoods are $90. So if you're looking to build up that Jason memorabilia, make sure you head over to Nightmare Effects on Facebook, drop a like, and let them know that we sent you. With all that being said, thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll see you next time.